Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to Exam 360. So, as we are continuing with our answer writing series for the Group 1 Tspsc Geography sessions. So, let us start. First question. Interlinking. This question is mainly related to our syllabus called as the drainage system. Drainage or river system. River system. So, interlinking of rivers is a double-edged sword. Double-edged sword it is. అంటే రెండు అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇంకొకటి డిసడ్వాంటేజెస్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి. డిసడ్వాంటేజెస్. సో అదే చెప్తున్నాడు. క్రిటికలీ అనలైజ్ అంటే బోత్ ది అడ్వాంటేజెస్ అండ్ ద డిసడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఆఫ్ బోత్ ద ఇంటర్లింకింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద రివర్స్. వాట్ ఈస్ ఇంటర్లింకింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద రివర్స్ ఈజ్ ఫస్ట్. ఇంటర్లింకింగ్ అంటే జనరల్గా the Himalayan rivers are perennial rivers. Himalayan rivers are perennial rivers. Are perennial. Okay. Then your peninsular rivers are non-perennial. Peninsular rivers are non-perennial. So what happens now is that interlinking these perennial rivers with the non-perennial rivers. Interlinking the perennial rivers with the non-perennial rivers. Like already we have seen the Ken and Betwa, Krishna Godavari, Krishna with Godavari. So all these are your interlinking under National Interlinking River Projects. Okay, so see here now. ఇప్పుడు question ఏంటంటే, see, this interlinking of the rivers has double-edged sword. That means they have both positiveness and negativeness. See, in the negative, what are the positiveness and what are the negatives? Let us start. First, introduction in JL. First, give the contextual introduction. Ante, like for example, India, like you can give, ila kuda iyochu. Like Indian perennial rivers, the Himalayan perennial rivers are generally perennial rivers, and your southern rivers are non-perennial rivers. So as the perennial rivers and non-perennial rivers, okay, as there is a perennial and non-perennial, India has 18% of the world population, but only 4% of usable water resources. So the proposed or the proposal of interlinking of rivers can resolve not only water security problems but also many other benefits too. But there are many issues linked to the interlinking of rivers. Okay, so ippudu idi introduction ante you can write this point as an introduction, or you can write what is interlinking or national river linking projects. River linking projects, you can write that. Or what is interlinking also you can write, or simply you can say that because with the interlinking projects, with interlinking of the river projects, we can move from the water deficit from the water surplus regions to the water deficit regions. Not only this, but also we can improve our food security, and there are many other benefits as follows. So ila kuda introduction rayachu. Then we have to write in the main body the pros and cons of interlinking of the rivers in the way forward. What are the benefits? First, irrigation. Yes or no? Irrigation. It will irrigate about 87 million acres of the farmland. This will reduce the farmers' dependency. So simply it is nothing but improvement in the irrigation system. Number one point. And because of this interlinking, the dependency on the monsoons, erratic monsoons, because our monsoons are erratic in nature. So we can reduce the dependency on monsoon rains by bringing millions of hectares for cultivable land use. So this will not only benefit farmers but also reduce agricultural stress. So by this, agriculture production can improve. Agriculture production can improve. Number one, production can improve, and it can also lead to reducing the prices. Price fluctuations can be reduced. Fluctuations can be reduced. This is one thing. So irrigation has benefit when you are interlinking the rivers. That means you are perennial rivers with the non-perennials, or with one river which is surplus and other river which is a deficit. Bundelkhand region, Ken Betwa, where water thirsty region it is. So what will happen? You can solve the problem of water scarcity there. Clear? So like that. Now greater water equity. Water stressed regions are there. Yes or no? There are, in India, there are water stressed regions. So those areas, those regions which are water stressed, if you are interlinking the projects, then what will happen? Water scarcity, water stressed regions can be reduced. So it will ensure greater equity in the distribution of water by enhancing availability of water in the drought prone areas and rain fed areas. Surplus area will share the water with the deficit area, thereby reducing inequalities in water availability. Okay, no need to go to the long distances with pots, carrying vessels, etc., going into the deeper parts of the well, and for a just pot of water you are risking your life. So no need to do that. For that, in the Vidarbha regions, particularly Vidarbha drought prone regions, Kutch regions, if you are linking the projects, interlinking of the rivers, okay, interlinking with the perennial or surplus rivers, you can solve the problems. So water equally distributed. Number 2, greater water equity. Number 3, flood control. In the surplus area where there are surplus, like your Kosi, river Narmada, river Damodar, Kosi, Damodar, Sar of Bihar, Sar of Bengal, then river Brahmaputra, all these are what? They are flooding every time. Why? Because of the various reasons flooded. Okay, because of the various reasons which we have seen. But what will happen now? You see, because of these things, the rivers which are there here, these rivers, when you link it with the interlinking with the other river, what will happen? The surplus water will be distributed. So flooding conditions can be stopped. Simultaneously, floods and drought leading to havoc in the countries destroy many lives and livelihoods of millions. Interlinking will ensure excessive water to the deficit areas, leading to flood control, surplus area and drought control in the deficit areas. These are another thing. Then clean energy. You can have hydroelectric energy also. Hydropower generations. With the hydropower, with the linking of rivers, interlinking of rivers, what will happen? Throughout the years, from surplus to deficit areas, you can supply water. So because of this, can I say the hydroelectric power generation is also available. Okay, hydroelectric power generation. So India needs clean energy, and also we have promised in the INDC, intended nationally determined contribution, in the Paris Agreement, and also in the COP. Okay, we have said that by 2070 we will also be a net zero emission. Okay, net zero in the emission point of view. So India needs clean energy to fuel its developmental process. River water can be leveraged for this. It will generate additional hydroelectric power. This will ensure energy security, help the government missions to provide electricity to all and will reduce energy deficit in many areas. Okay, then better crop productivity. Interlinking will lead to better soil moisture, groundwater recharge, and this will help in better production availability. So soil quality, also it will enhance the quality of the soil, right? Then forestation. Okay, forestation. Linking of the river will regenerate many areas, leading to life flourish around. So it will increase the biodiversity. Okay, revenue to the states. It will provide additional revenue to the states through electricity and as well as save government expenditure. Further, it will reduce bad monsoon impact on the economy. Water scarcity and poverty elevation. So wherever the water linking of rivers aids the water shortages in the western and southern India while mitigating the impact of floods in the eastern India. Fulfilling water needs impact socio-economic life of the people, which help in end of the poverty. So it will help also water scarcity, security and poverty elevation things. Okay. Then cooperative federalism. Interlinking of the rivers will prevent interstate water disputes, leading to better coordination among the state. Riparian water disputes can be solved. So better coordination will take place and decrease mitigation for developed centers to around linked rivers, leading to less pressure on the urban centers. Clear? So cooperative federalism. Then tourism and transportation. Revenue generation will be there. Tourism will increase in this particular area. Transportation, the inland transportations, inland waterway transportation will be improved. So it will income resources in the rural areas. Also fishing, blue economy will flourish. Blue economy. This will enhance overall economic growth. So it will improve the infrastructure for transportation and also it will generate employment opportunities. Okay. Then there are issues. What are the issues with this? Issues are generally the costly, very costly. Interlinking, very expensive. It requires a lot of government expenditures of the center and state. This will put fiscal burden on already debt-ridden states like your Andhra Pradesh or like your Maharashtra, Telangana, etc. And environment costly, loss of biodiversity. The linking will adversely affect the land, forest, biodiversity, rivers and the livelihoods of the millions of the people. Okay, land will be diverted for this purpose and habitat of many species will be lost, endangering the ecosystem. Like example, Ken and Betwa linkage threatens 200 square kilometers of Pana Tiger Reserve. Yes or no? Then interlinking of the rivers will destruct a forest, wetlands and local water bodies, which may lead to major groundwater recharge mechanism. Then loss of livelihood, then displacement of the people also will happen, right? Then it will lead to the wastage of the land, change in the river courses. Usually rivers changes their course and direction in about 100 years, and if this happened after linking, the project will not be feasible for longer run and lot of government resources will be wasted here. Clear? Then what is the way forward? We must recognize that the interlinking of rivers could profoundly impact every integrity of Indian monsoon. The continuous flow of fresh river water into the sea is what happens to maintain low salinity layer of water and rainfall over much of the subcontinent is controlled by this layer of the lower salinity water. A proper analysis of the impact of interlinking need to be done with proper cost benefit analysis. Okay, as benefit of river interlinking are many, but it comes at same cost. Therefore, caution is must. So this is about your things. Okay. So let us move to the next question. Right. So question is, examine the anthropogenic impacts of Aravalli mountains Aravalis ekkadunnai? See, if you look at the Aravalis, this is your Indian map, right? So Aravalis are spread from here to your Haridwar, here to Gujarat to Haridwar. This is your Aravalis. These are Aravalis. Okay, Aravali or Aravali mountain system. Now question is, how the anthropogenic impacts on Aravali mountains, and examine the anthropogenic impact. What kind of anthropogenic impacts are there, and the strategy for its conservation. Okay, strategy for its conservation should be there. So let us start our answer with this. So what are the strategic for the conservation? So first of all, as you know that we have to introduce your answer. See, Aravalis are broken beyond its repair. The environment disaster that has been in making due to rampant mining of Aravalis across the states. Across the states means your Haryana, Rajasthan, Punjab. Here rampant mining is taking place. Rampant mining is taking place, and because of this rampant mining only, one of the rampant mining, okay, one of the causes. So Aravalis are broken beyond its repair. So the environmental disaster that has making due to rampant mining of Aravali across the states. So what are the anthropogenic impacts? Let us see this. Anthropogenic impacts. Okay, what are these anthropogenic impacts? So first one, mining activities has been major hurdles. Now out of 31 hills, there are 31 hills. దాంట్లో 25% 25% is lost అంటే ఏంటి? Mining is done, mining, and there are no other industries in this particular area. Okay, in these areas no other industries are there, no other industries. So people's income, people's livelihood is only through mining. So that's why rampant mining, and this mining, and whatever they are doing, they are used for construction material in NCR region, particularly నేషనల్ క్యాపిటల్ రీజన్లో యూజ్ చేస్తారు. అది అందుకనే మైనింగ్ చేస్తున్నారు అక్కడ, ఎక్కువగా మైనింగ్ చేయడానికి కారణం అదే. సో కాబట్టి వేరే ఇండస్ట్రీస్ ఏమి లేవు అక్కడ. ఆక్సిలరీ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ ఆర్ ఓన్లీ డిపెండెంట్, దే ఆర్ డిపెండెంట్ ఓన్లీ ఇన్ దీస్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్. ఓకే, దట్స్ వై దిస్ ఓన్లీ ద లైవ్లీహుడ్. వాళ్ళకు దిస్ వర్క్ చేయడానికి ఇది ఒక ఇండస్ట్రీస్ మాత్రమే. ఓకే, కాబట్టి అక్కడ మైనింగ్ ఎక్కువ జరుగుతుంది. మైనింగ్ వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది? ఆల్మోస్ట్ దే ఆర్ రెడ్యూస్డ్, ద హైట్ ఈస్ రెడ్యూస్డ్, దే ఆర్ ఇరోడెడ్, హైలీ ఇరోడెడ్. దానివల్ల ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ ఇంపాక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి, దానివల్ల ది బయాలజికల్ ఇంపాక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి, లాస్ ఆఫ్ బయోడైవర్సిటీస్ ఎక్సెట్రా. ఓకే, విల్ సీ దట్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ వన్ థింగ్, వన్ ఆంథ్రోపోజెనిక్ కాస్ట్. తర్వాత ఇక్కడ ఉన్న జనాలందరూ ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే షిఫ్టింగ్ కల్టివేషన్ చేస్తున్నారు, స్లాష్ అండ్ బర్న్. సో ద షిఫ్టింగ్ కల్టివేషన్ ప్రాక్టీస్ బై లోకల్ ఫార్మర్స్ also affected the Aravalis and leads to conservation of the forest land into agricultural lands. Okay, so there is a degradation of forest, deforestation is done, deforestation. So there is a lot of impact of the deforestation or degradation, right? Degradation of land, conversion of the land for the non agriculture purpose. Okay, from the forestry to agriculture. So this is one thing that is there. And also large scale deforestation which lead to expansion of settlement. Ikkada there is a hills like this and most of them they are settled. Settlements takes place. Settlement. And this is leading for developmental purpose. But for that, what is happening? Development purpose. But for this, what is happening? They are eroding it. Erosion is taking place. Erosion of Aravalli mountains. Okay, that is your one thing. Then encroachment and deforestation of Aravalli will lead to man-animal conflicts, loss of biodiversity, air pollution in NCR region, hydrological table will get impacted. Okay, impacts emuntai chudandi. What are the impacts that we have seen? Man-animal conflict will arise. Animal conflicts will arise, number one. Second, loss of biodiversity. Biodiversity. Number two, then air pollution. Not only this, but also water. Water is also getting polluted, and it can lead to groundwater level decrease in the groundwater level. Okay, ఇది కూడా జరగచ్చు. తర్వాత hydrological, that is nothing but your hydrological cycle. Okay, hydrological table will be changed. Okay, ఇది ఒకటి. తర్వాత what kind of measures that are being taken to save this Aravallis? What is this? See, they can also ask you a question about the significance of Aravallis. Significance of Aravalli mountains. Aravalli mountains. So how do you write this answer? From environment perspective, from societal perspective, and from your geographical perspective, geomorphological perspective. Okay, like from the monsoonal perspective, okay, rich in biodiversity, right, etc, etc. So this is the significance of it. You have to write the significance. ఒకవేళ క్వశ్చన్ సిగ్నిఫికెన్స్ అడిగితే ఇలా రాయాలి, కానీ ఇక్కడ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏంటి, ద ఆంథ్రోపోజెనిక్ ఇంపాక్ట్ అడిగాడు కాబట్టి మనం ఇలా రాస్తున్నాం. ఓకే, సో వాట్ ఆర్ ద ప్రికాషనరీ ప్రిన్సిపల్, సెక్షన్ 20 NGT, వేలూరు సిటిజన్ వెల్ఫేర్ ఫోరం వర్సెస్ యూనియన్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా. 1. Punjab Land Prevention Act, regulation, restriction and prohibited certain activities. Section 2 of the Forest Act, prohibiting conservation and forest land for the non-forest use. So this is your this thing.